The silver ship crashed into Earth's desert with a thunderous roar that shook the ground for miles around. Lisa ran toward the smoking wreckage, her heart pounding with excitement and fear. She had been tracking unusual signals for weeks from her small research station, and now finally something had arrived. Inside the twisted metal, she found her a tall figure with blue skin and silver hair that seemed to glow in the dim light. The alien woman was beautiful in a way that made Lisa's breath catch. Her eyes were large and violet, and they fixed on Lisa with an intensity that made her step backward. The alien spoke in perfect English, though her voice carried a musical quality that no human voice possessed. "I am Zara, of the Valdorian Empire, and I have come to your world seeking the one they call the Signal Keeper." Lisa felt her cheeks burn red. "That's me. I'm the one who's been sending out the mathematical sequences trying to contact other civilizations. But how did you know?" Zara smiled, and it was both beautiful and dangerous. "Your species fascinates us human. You broadcast your location to the entire galaxy without fear, without weapons capable of defending yourselves. It is either the greatest act of courage or the most foolish thing we have ever witnessed." Over the next few days, Lisa learned that Zara was not just any alien, but a warrior princess from an advanced civilization that had been watching Earth for decades. Her people were amazed by humanity's reckless bravery in announcing their presence to the cosmos when most species hid in fear. But Zara had a secret. She had not come to Earth by accident. Her ship had been sabotaged by her own people, who saw her growing fascination with human culture as a weakness. They expected her to die in the crash and never return to challenge the old ways of her empire. Lisa discovered this when she found Zara crying, strange silver tears in the makeshift shelter they had built. The alien princess had never shown such emotion before, and it made Lisa realize that despite their differences, they shared something important. "Why are you really here?" Lisa asked gently. Zara looked up with those violet eyes filled with pain. "My people believe that showing emotion is weakness. They think that caring about other species makes us vulnerable. But watching your people, your willingness to reach out to the unknown despite the dangers, it changed something in me." Lisa reached out and touched Zara's hand, surprised by how warm it felt. "I'm glad you came here. I'm glad I found you." But their moment of connection was interrupted by a deep rumbling sound that made the ground shake. Ships were descending from the sky, large and threatening, with weapons that glowed. With deadly energy, Zara's people had come for her. Zara stood up, her entire demeanor changing from vulnerable to fierce. "These are my father's ships. He has come to take me back to face punishment for my defection." Lisa felt fear grip her heart. "What kind of punishment, Death?" Zara said simply. "Unless I can prove that my feelings have not made me weak." The alien ships landed and tall figures in dark armor emerged. They surrounded the shelter with weapons drawn. Lisa had never felt so small and helpless, but then something incredible happened. Zara stepped forward and spoke in her own language, her voice carrying across the desert with authority and power. Lisa could not understand the words, but she could hear the challenge in them. The leader of the alien soldiers removed his helmet, revealing features similar to Zara's but harder, more cruel. He spoke back to her, and Lisa heard anger in his voice. Zara turned to Lisa with a smile that was both sad and determined. "They have offered me a choice. I can return with them and accept my punishment, or I can prove my worth by defeating their champion in single combat. What happens if you lose?" Lisa asked, though she already feared the answer. "Then I die, and you die with me for corrupting a princess of the Valdorian Empire. But if I win, then I am free to choose my own path." The champion stepped forward, a massive alien warrior covered in scars and carrying weapons that hummed with energy. Lisa's heart sank at the sight of him, but Zara showed no fear. The battle was unlike anything Lisa had ever seen. Zara moved with grace and speed that seemed impossible, dodging energy blasts and striking back with weapons that appeared in her hands from nowhere. The desert sand turned to glass where the energy weapons hit, and the air itself seemed to burn. For long minutes, the two aliens fought with Lisa, watching in terror as Zara was driven back again and again. The champion was stronger, and his weapons more powerful. Lisa thought. She was about to watch the most amazing person she had ever met die before her eyes. But then something changed. Zara stopped retreating and stood her ground. She spoke loudly enough for everyone to hear, and though Lisa could not understand the words, she could feel their power. The champion hesitated for just a moment, and in that moment, Zara struck. Her weapon found its mark, and the massive warrior fell to the burning sand. The leader of the soldiers stared at his fallen champion in shock. Then he looked at Zara with something that might have been respect. He spoke a few words, bowed slightly, and gestured to his troops. They returned to their ships without another word. As the alien vessels departed, Zara collapsed to her knees, exhausted. By the battle, Lisa ran to her side and helped her stand. "What did you tell him?" Lisa asked. "I told him that my feelings had not made me weak, but rather had given me something worth fighting for." Zara replied, looking into Lisa's eyes. "I told him that learning to care about others had made me stronger than I ever was before." Lisa felt her heart skip a beat. "And what happens now?" Zara smiled, that beautiful, dangerous smile again. "Now I am free to make my own choices, and I choose to stay here with you to learn more about the courage that makes humans reach for the stars. No more tricks, human. I'm your alien servant for life," Zara said. But the way she said it made it clear that she was choosing service, not having it forced upon her. Lisa laughed and pulled Zara into a hug, feeling like her life had just become the greatest adventure possible. "I don't want a servant. I want a friend. Then friends we shall be," Zara replied, and together they watched the alien ships disappear into the star-filled sky, knowing that their real adventure was just beginning.